How about now?
Try now.
Michelle, can you hear us now?
You wanna see?
She didn't use triple T's numbers because that's not, so it's, January, February, everything's actual.
Michelle, can you hear us now?
I got it. I said, got it. And then we had, we will get back to this. We get it this month. But that's the total of January, February.
What's there from July to?
Let's see. Oh, is that right? That's actual numbers on there for money they gave us.
Yeah. Great. So these are,
Actual.
yeah, and then if there was something that had to be estimated, we didn't have yet, then we estimated from the previous month.
So, July,
You wanna go over and make sure that you're looking at the right notes? Let's continue on in January. Can you hear us now?
Yes. She said we might have to talk a little bit loud, and she said it was echoing a little bit, but that's normal, we don't have enough in here.
Is it, fairly clear though, a little clearer than before? With our last meeting?
She wasn't listening to the last meeting.
average amount from July to January. That'd be whatever. So it's about 600 less.
This is hot food tag.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what,
I haven't done something like that.
from the fiscal year,
I don't see that. It's hard.
about, about 5,000.
Right.
Exactly. That's why I was processing. So I would say that we have, so food tax, 5,000. That's actually still 34 over what their average was. Under the $34 over 600.
Mhm.
And then,
So in that case, then that's 1,800 less than what was budgeted last year. 3,000 less in clerk. From the clerk.
and we do have to take into consideration that, COVID played a part in that too. The officers could, work. And you get to see their tax. And the actual for that was $2,076.35.
So we over budgeted by about 9,200 last year. From our actual revenue.
Yeah.
Right. Bad. But anything.
Yeah, I was about to say,
That's almost $10,000.
That's on the revenue part, we haven't got to the expenditures yet.
So if you got a couple,
How much we went over on expenditures? Like, for instance, the police department was budgeted at $7,000. That got pulled out of the water. So,
Mhm.
So are there any other questions about the revenue and do you want to go through your numbers again so everyone can jot them down that you see?
Please.
Which one are you on now? 2021 or the 21, 22?
I was on the 2021 budget, what we budgeted versus actual numbers, so. Actual, we were at 3,300 for ADP, so that's $600. Over budget.
So American Electric Power is where he's at on the 2021 budget.
Yes, where it says 1,500.
Up in the right section.
Yeah, on the top,
Oh, at the top.
yeah.
So we put down that where it's gonna be 3,900. We only got 3,200.
I'm gonna write down.
That was minus 600 there. Cigarette tax. We had 3,400 down, we got 2,100, so that's $1,300. Food tax, we had right down 5,800. We actually got like.
Just said like 50. You remember the number? Yeah, we done it for, you can make a file.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah, so we think. The clerk, we had 4,000 down, and only got 1,000 from him. So that's 3,000.
You know how many thousand?
We got 1,000 from him. And 4,000. And treasurer, we had 14,000 right now, and we only got 12,100. So
Down one.
12,100. So that's $1,900 loss.
Nobody said it was. That kind of shows where our revenue is. Are we ready to go down for our expenses? Discuss those. Is it okay if we just start at the top and just work our way down, or is there something specific that somebody wants to discuss first?
That sounds rolling stock was, it was right. The $5.
It was right.
Yeah.
And
And
gas and
severance.
coal.
The gas and coal severance, it varies. This is the number that we typically get. We have got less, we have got more. But this is the number that we have got more often than not, right? And it's in between the other two, less and more. Our expenses, American Electric, Power, for the town hall, the building,
This is monthly.
It's yearly.
yearly.
And I've got a system right here. If you want to know what they are monthly, I can tell you what it is immediately, okay? Bad, right?
Last year, if you look at the 2021 budget, we were budgeted for 1,500. And our actuals up to this point is 3,300.
So it's a lot higher.
That could be a little possible.
I mean, yeah, some of that could be, additional fees and things like that, but, that only goes so far. So,
Is it for the building or? I see that.
Additional phase ain't making that difference. We just let them.
so that's,
Big time.
Over on the new one, they got fixed out on the new one, they're 3,300 too.
and then we have the street lights too. Last year, it was 8,580. And this year, we're looking at 8,700.
When I was looking at the bills, I put that 9,000. That's what I said we budgeted
You just rounded it off.
Well,
for. I'd rather budget on mine,
yeah,
but I did mine on an average.
Yeah.
Bills average.
and that's perfectly fine too, if council decides to do that. We try to get it closer to the real number, and then we can decide at that point, how to budget it. The street lights actual is $8,712.47.
8,740.
It's $8,712.47. That's the actual.
What's the actual for the town hall?
It was,
3,300.
yeah, the town hall actual is $3,294.36. So that's the actual numbers. These are rounded numbers, just to make it a little easier to look at.
3,300 watt.
The actual for the town hall is $3,294.36. Any discussion with either of the American Electric bills?
Give me that electric for the street lights, give me the actual price.
The actual amount,
Yeah.
probably? It's $8,712.47. Good? Okay. We have Comcast and Point Broadband. We do have both of these services. One is for the police department and one is for the office. We currently pay monthly approximately $130 for Comcast and $163 for Point Broadband, which is a total of $293 that we pay for internet service currently.
So is that, you don't have the point broadband listed, you just got one.
Yeah. So we do have two quotes to take under consideration. We have a point broadband quote for $179.80 for the whole building. That would be just one service, the whole building, one price.
179.80.
$179.80. Here is the he's checking on the speed to see what the speed will be.
So that's for 50 megs download and 5 meg.
Yeah, that's
It's pretty slow.
slow, that's that. I mean, it's better than what the police department have right now. They've got like 3 right now.
So it's 50 down, 5 up.
I have 250.
Right. Well, maybe not. It's just not something that we have. I'm very happy to that.
What is the speed for the other?
Now with the Comcast, the way that the quote is, it's for two separate prices that's just been added together. It's not one, yeah.
What was that company, both of them added together?
You mean currently? Currently, we're paying $293.
For both.
Yeah. No, that's for both Comcast and Telecom.
So the Comcast one is 200 megs download, 20. It's four times the speed. So I'm trying to see what it is.
And then Comcast is the 24-month contract. And point broadband is 36.
So this one's 110 a month.
No, it's gonna be
Because I'm
two,
saying I want 10 price and I'm saying I'm 213.
yeah, that looks like, I think it's the 213 because they've got two separate prices. The best that we could tell was one was for one area and then the other one was for another area and then they just added them together. So this is definitely one we want to look at really closely. Can they hear us now?
I've not heard any reports that they can't. I think of better things to watch on TV while eating supper.
What is it without the TV?
That was a package. Yes, it was just a package deal.
So when I inquired about the internet cafe, they gave me one for data and just for data and voice. But that one was.
They have facts.
Yeah, that's included in the service. It was a little more than 110, but it wasn't 2, so.
Because know, a lot of those services we don't need, and,
It's hard to search your email on this, on this.
we're waiting to try to find the other promise. Remember when we was checking in on the internet cafe? There's a prompt, he has a price code. I think that this is probably gonna be one that we're gonna have to come back to anyway. Do you want to just?
So theirs was for 24 months, it was $148.40, and that's for 200 meg internet and the phone. And with the 200 meg internet, you have 4 Wi-Fi network. So the police can have their separate network if they need it, they don't need them totally separate.
So yours is 148.40. Yours was 148.40.
No, I think Fred just misunderstood. So what we can do is I can get back in touch with him really easy and ask him to combine them both as one.
What was the download?
200.
And what's the upload? Sorry. And then what was your suggestion about, they didn't have to have their own, they could,
Yeah, because you can set up, it's called Wi-Fi Pro, you can set up to 4 private networks on it. So that if they don't want to share a network with the town, they can have their own private Wi-Fi.
okay, we're at 293 currently. This deal is 148. What's the difference?
What are we at now?
293. Can you forward that to me?
So it's
I'm sorry, what you said?
144.60, same with it.
I said 100 is
Oh,
Yeah, right, $145. So
That's
and
a
then
big
the
savings.
others,
That's a big savings.
yeah. The other two is about $16 savings, $20. And then the other one would be 80.
so,
So currently we're at 293 for both services. One option is 213. The other option is 179. And then we have another option of 144.60. That's what we kind of got right now.
What kind of speeds were we seeing on that, Jelaine, with the 144.60?
200 download, 20 unload.
Which is the same as, yeah.
Right.
And what was, it was 24 months?
Do you think it's still available?
I didn't see the expiration date on it.
Usually quotes are,
How long ago was that sent to you, Jelaine?
Yeah.
I think you can still get that though.
I do too.
I think you could, especially having the quote
If you wanna forward it to me and I'll send it to Fred and tell him, ask him if he can get that, I can do it because, can't remember exactly, hang on.
Actually, even if it is a little bit more than what they quoted you have tonight, it still would be better than getting two separate periods. Yeah.
So it would last for 2 years and then we'd have to reevaluate in 2 years to try to find the best deal again.
Well, they emailed me again, on January 19th, and that's when we ready
Oh, okay, so it's
to move
still,
forward.
so are we ready to move forward on this one? Do we want to accept this one?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be what now? Get a 2093 dollars, that would be what?
I did. That's what the quotes are traced.
And is it considered a business?
Be $140.
account?
Be 144, what was the change on that, Joanne?
148.40.
148.40.
Do we want to take motion, do we want to do our motions as we go?
Let's do it.
That way we can just go ahead and the ones that we agree on be done here? So can somebody make that motion?
I'll make a motion to go for it.
Okay, so we have a motion to accept the data voice Comcast service for $148.40 a month. It's a 24-month contract. It will have 20 up, 200 base down, 4 Wi-Fi networks that can be used as a private network. One voice line. Is that enough? Okay. Alright.
I think those features are standard nowadays, but you can call, or you can call this guy, you can ask him. Or his number and all that.
Okay. So what happens if it doesn't?
You will have to come back to.
Because you know, that is kind of important.
In order to any additional charges.
If it does not have the services, that she already has, the basic services, then we'll have to reevaluate it. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
What was that called? What was that plan called? Was there a plan name on there, maybe Jada Voice?
I didn't have that for now.
Okay.
Wi-Fi Pro Business Internet 200.
Okay, are we ready to go on down to the PSA for the town hall? These are pretty standard, they don't change a whole lot. We have, our actual is $1,002 even.
That's the price we got.
That's actual, like, or
What now?
$1,002 even. So it'd be 1002. And
That's a lot cheaper than what, $1,962.
That's actual savings.
But we don't have ball field anymore.
yeah,
They pulled the meter there, so we won't have that meter. Everybody just swap that out. It's not on.
everybody can mark out the ball field water. So everybody's good with the PSA for the town hall? Did we do one for the, did we do a motion for the, work on electric?
Which one?
To accept it?
We'll do that.
Is that one that we still want to discuss?
I'm going to just make motion.
What you change?
Okay. We have our CSE insurance, that's our liability insurance. Those are actual for
Is that actually out there, is that right? $4,360?
That's for a year.
I mean, if you went on, maybe a couple dollars. We're ready to go on?
That's why I had. So I think that's actual. But I put an asterisk on that one because what, you was checking on something, but it might be a little bit. But there's something. That's what, then you can talk about that. Yeah. I didn't have an asterisk side, but I didn't have, well, I had an asterisk. I knew you was gonna talk to me about something, but I couldn't.
So after we got that far into it, I just dropped it.
That's fine. I
So
just,
we're
I
doing like just leaving it?
yeah, and what she was gonna talk to him about, when I was down here, we were talking about adding the other bridges to liability insurance, since we own those bridges. But even if we added, it's just gonna raise the price, and we couldn't fix that one, so.
So it wasn't gonna be a savings, it wasn't gonna help us at this point.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
We'll see if we can get it fixed. Insurance.
We'll go on down to the workers' compensation. That's actual numbers.
What is it, $720?
Yeah,
We pay it quarterly.
Oh, for,
and then postmaster, that's for our box rent, certified mail, stamps, envelopes.
I felt comfortable with $800 to save.
so that's, right,
It's a $200 savings from the year before.
You think that's enough? That line, you know?
If anything changes, we can always adjust it next year, but I really feel comfortable with that.
I think the only way that that number would change a lot is if we had to do like massive certified letters of some sort.
When we have housing phases, you know, that would.
So if we were to have a project of some sort, you know, that could go up, but just regular, day-to-day workings, she feels that 300 is a safe number. And then clerk payroll. That, yeah. So this is if you were to work, this is
Like
like,
this is like if I was to work solid 40
yeah. So this would be the max. And of course, you know, if she's not here, gone or whatever, she, you know, that's one of the.
So we're gonna leave that just like it is. Right?
Yeah,
I think last week over 24 hours.
You only get to work 24 hours.
No, I had finished it. Oh, no, you're fine.
the police department payroll, we were budgeted at 7,000. That needs quite a bit of conversation to be a functional budget.
Yeah.
Bring it.
So that's what,
So that made it like 15 grade last year. I was still skipping hours.
Well, actually.
but we can all give that 8,000, so, I mean, that's already that curve, so we got to add that to that.
Right,
So
so
it's 7,000.
that's, yeah, 15,000 for last year, but for next year,
What do we want to do next year?
What do y'all think?
Well, actually, what you can do is like taking, figure out an hourly rate
So I
and do like
did that.
2,700 weeks, let's go for it.
So I did that, I did it based on 24 hours a week. It would come out to $18,096.
That's 24 hours, times 3 officers.
Yeah, well, that's $20, 24 hours
For them to share.
for them to share,
Oh,
not each officer.
the payroll side.
So that would come up, all three of them, 18,000.
So,
And that would be 24 hours for a pay cycle, or is
That was,
that weekly?
weekly.
So a pay cycle, that would be 48.
And the amount of how much?
18,096, but that's,
Well, now that's for last,
that's 48 hours for all three to share, not 48 apiece.
right, right.
Now, I did numbers a little differently than Jelaine did,
What do you mean, 48?
and I come up with some different numbers if you guys want to hear those.
48 pay period, 24
we say,
Thank you.
Wait just a second, let them get their questions. Okay,
Okay, that'd be it. When you say that we give them 8,000 next year, we already voted on that.
Yeah, that's all.
Is that for the year of 21, I mean, for 21, or is it,
that
you
was
got it
just,
back up for 20?
that was just to get us through this year.
Yeah, that's for 2020 through 2021, but they already blew past that 7,000 mark.
Right.
so what did you say, that was 15,000?
18,000.
96.
So that's what we're gonna put down right now for that?
Well, we got one other option,
It's up to us,
it's
it's
18,096.
what we want, whatever we want to budget. But I think if you get less hours, it's gonna be, be hard to make work, because that's only really gonna be 20 hours.
But it doesn't have to be 8 hours apiece, if they choose,
Right.
yeah, between themselves.
Right.
24 hours,
Yeah, you figured it out to be 18,000 what?
$96.
That's just put 18,000 even
that's for the budget year.
for the budget year, and if it comes out lower, we're all right. If it comes out in higher than that, we're hurt.
We're hurting again.
We're hurt again. But, you know, I figure it'd be more, because they don't work all around.
That, they were.
Well, I budget 18,1, just to make it $4 extra.
Okay. 18,100.
We do have another suggestion in our house.
Mine was based on 21 hours a week, just because that's easier for Richard to keep track of. When he knows he has 21 hours, it's easier for him to say no. And the way I calculated mine, based on that 21-hour mark, if Richard works all those 20, because he meant, being chief of police, he makes a little more. So if he works all of those 21 hours, like the other two go on vacation or go deer hunting that week or whatever, then those 21 hours are there. But let's say Richard takes vacation and our lowest paid officer is the one who's working the whole 21 hours. We save money during that point and we wouldn't go over the budget numbers. So when I did it, I based it on 21 hours a week at the top amount of pay, which I will not say out loud. We're being at the top rate of pay for 21 hours. Can we?
Yeah, you were saying. I mean, this is council.
Yes, but this is a public meeting and I do not want to announce what somebody's making money. Yes, ma'am. I know, it's a good thing, but, no, taking it from the top paid officers, hourly budget, their hourly amount they're paid, and then dividing that or multiplying that by 21 hours per week, no matter who's in here, and my budget numbers comes up to 16,380, which looks better on the budget because it was a little lower. Plus Richard still got full reign over his police department, and nobody's telling him, okay, this one has to work this, it's per each. And so Richard can actually use those hours, and when he's not working and someone else is, the town's actually saving money. But like I said, mine's based on 21 hours a week, and I know a lot of the officers want some more.
Per officer or to share?
That's per week, that's 21 per week to share, for Richard to give out whoever he wants to give out whenever he wants. That might offer up opportunities for like a flex schedule and stuff like that if they can't work a solid 8-hour shift. If they want to work 2 4s, that would be awesome. That way they can get flex hours, depending on where they're driving from. A lot of them don't want to do that either, and I understand. So that is another option.
My concern with that is the officers have already voiced concern on the lack of hours. So if we put them up to 24 and do it by your way, Richard's, then it would only be 18,720.
Oh, that works good. I like that too.
I think we should stay with yours.
Well, I like Jelane's better now because instead of doing it my way, take the hourly pay, multiply it by 24 hours. I come with 16,380 on 21 hours, and then Jelane, you come up with what?
18,720.
Right, but if you use my 21-hour concept or 24-hour, Jelane's 24-hour concept with the way I added it up. Jelane, what's that last number you come up with?
18,720. But
That looks good to me.
that's at 24 hours of Richard's.
Right. 24 hours a week on Richard's salary, it still looks good.
We want to go for that?
I like it.
We got to have a motion there.
Yeah. Increase the budget.
I'll make a motion if we can do it. But
Should have 18,720.
right, 1870.
18,720.
Just round it off to 18,100.
18,720.
It'd be 18,720.
And then all we gotta do is tell Richard that from this takes effect July 1st, right?
First.
So all you gotta tell him is from July 1st on, you're going to not base your hours on 21 hours, but on 23 hours, right?
24.
24, sorry.
So once again, can we have a motion in a second so Tina can?
I'm already made motion, we can do
Second. So there's a motion for the police payroll for the upcoming budget to be 18,720.
And that one we probably won't go over budget on because every time one of the other officers are working that makes less money per hour, that's money that we're actually saving in the budget.
it. Right.
Okay. favor? Aye. Okay, payroll taxes. Yeah, that was added today so that we could see, what we're paying out in payroll taxes. So that, yeah, it was done, in the past, with the way that the budget was done, it was paid out of the general funds. So this is,
But it's still been way over.
yeah.
But count the others. But.
So that's where we are on payroll taxes.
That's the actual.
No, this is a good estimate.
Yeah. I take into consideration COVID and our officers didn't work. Well,
I can't tell you.
they weren't allowed to, do collections.
I think this is a good number right now to sit on and let me just continue watching as we get a little bit closer to like night. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have another, but.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a number to start with. There wasn't really a whole lot to go by. But it's a good starting point. And that brings us down to Verizon. Yeah, that was typically paid out of miscellaneous.
And it's not on the budget.
Yeah, that's what I said. She said it was paid out miscellaneous.
What is Verizon?
That's a cell phone bill, Miss Cynthia.
Huh?
That's a cell phone bill, isn't it?
It is a cell phone bill.
That's probably a rare cell phone bill. Hey.
So it is.
That's right.
You all have a vote.
Right, we voted that in. What was that running?
Like $79.
This for, is that 120 for a quarter, or is it for what? A year or
Well,
what?
that's 960.
It's nine.
Oh, okay, 160.
And something else that I guess we need to look at is it's a personal cell phone. It's not the bill does not come to the town hall. We pay it, but it's not.
Don't you think we should let that ride, but we see what Jarvis is gonna do? I mean, you know, he doctor might not even release his digging comeback. We don't know.
Is
We
it-
know we'll have to cut that.
So is this something that we're only gonna offer to Jarvis, or is it something that we'll offer to everybody?
And is it,
Well, it should be offered to every mayor who takes over, should at least have that bump for him to make calls and take people to come in. I mean,
More than likely, if God forbid, something does happen in the mayor can't come back, I'm quite sure, you know, nowadays in time, everybody have their own cell phone.
well, he's got his own. We was paying him.
So he's got two cell phones.
No, he's got one.
I mean, but the town's paying for it.
Absolutely.
But this is what I'm saying, if someone else new was to come in, more than likely, they got their own personal cell phone already their own. So what do we do? Pick up that tab for them?
I guess so. What's further, the east is further again. We would have to just say, Ruby will take over,
Right,
and she's got a cell
you have to,
phone. It might not, it'd probably be cheaper than what we're paying for here. We don't know what kind of phone she's got.
it's not, is it, Ruby?
So what if she, that's what I was gonna say, so what if Ruby takes over and she has $130 bill?
I think we should set, but what Jarvis is getting, we should set that price.
like, set
I
up,
think it was $79 or something.
set like a basic.
Well, I do wanna know,
Try that $8
let's go for $80, and everyone who takes over, we'll put $80 on the phone, if it's any more, everyone it is got to pay.
I do have a question though. Has there ever been at any point in time that there was an emergency happened that we absolutely had to have Jarvis right here, right now, and we call that cell phone to get it? Has that ever happened?
No, I mean, if you have emergency, let's let me call him. He's going to get it where he's sure not. He's got the phone up there with him. He's going to get it.
Right, I'm just saying, has there ever been so far an emergency happened that we had to reach him on a cell phone?
I don't know, really.
So what if somebody comes in later and bills under 80, are we still gonna get that $80 loan?
Well, no, we'll pay up, we'll just say we pay up to $80.
Truthfully, as broke as the town is, that's what I'm worried about. I mean, we're looking at every single possible way we can to save money, and
What's the difference in saying they don't want to say they don't get it? That's what I'm saying. If it's fair for one, it's probably gonna be fair for the next that takes over.
For instance, though, I mean, you use the example of the potential of me coming here. I wouldn't expect the town to pay my cell phone bill. So if that were to happen, you know, that's not an expense that I would take from the town.
Because, you know,
That's how I feel about it.
You take now, well, that would still be with Verizon. You wouldn't necessarily need a cell phone. You can get the landline. And a landline, you can text with you wherever you go and it works. You understand? It would be wireless Verizon.
It's wireless.
So,
Yeah, but have it, I mean, have it hooked up to the landline. But anyway, she can take her house phone with her wherever she goes and answer.
oh, and it works kind of like a cell phone. I'm not familiar with that.
me neither.
let's deal with that when he's done. We don't know what's going to happen.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we put that in the bank to, come up with, see what's going to happen next meeting or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it would.
So are we tabling that one?
I believe we should, I really do.
You want to say something?
The tuning forks, that's for a police officer. It's for the radar.
Actually, it's not on, it's on.
That's why our budget, that's why our budget got blown out of proportion, because I had to think what listed.
That one was probably listed on the police department, is that correct? I think that was listed on the police department, separate.
So they had a separate, total whole separate budget last year.
Well, no, I'm talking about as far as our treasurers are monthly.
So it would
But
be.
she's saying that it wasn't listed.
Yeah, it was not listed on the budget. You're right.
What the tuning for?
Yeah,
So what we gonna do with it?
well, we have to have it.
They get, that's how they get the radar to calibrate.
Let's $120.
Yeah,
So this other budget.
Yeah.
yeah. It
It
was,
had a lot of, higher normal expenses that we do have listed.
it was a very basic budget, and a lot of things was categorized all underneath.
So we're gonna leave that at $120?
Yeah. So is the PD reporting system. That's annually, correct? That's an annual one-time payment.
What is that? And it's not on
Well, they didn't require that till
2019, so it's fairly new.
But if it's required.
So this is the reporting system. If they were to write a ticket, they have to enter that information into the system. So that's what that is.
So what are we gonna do with that?
Yeah, gotta have it, yes.
So for people,
Yeah.
this, also this police department had to do, that's not. So what is that?
They had to pay for all their training. They go to.
It's all training, things like that, you know, it's necessary. For three, that's the amount for 3 officers.
I thought we only had 2.
Yeah, 3.
After,
We have 3.
they showed you, they were all three here at the meeting that we had the,
PE.
PPE.
Yeah, but my understanding was that John hired this last officer without council
Yeah,
approval. So,
yeah.
am I right about it?
I think personnel, matters should be closed. That's closed session stuff.
Okay, I want that.
But the police department academy days, this is each officer that we have. It's $350 for each officer. So each time an officer is hired, it's gonna be $350 more. That's gonna have to be paid out of our budget. So we have to determine where that money comes from. So each time we get a new officer, there is going to be a $350 expense for their academy dues. So we need to always keep that in mind with our hiring.
So if we're budgeting $1,050 for next year, that means we're budgeting for 3 officers.
For 3 officers.
No more. But it's,
do we have to take a vote on that, or do we just?
That's where we are right now, so that's not a change. I mean, we've got our 3 officers, that's what we've got to pay.
I wouldn't think so, right?
Our website, monthly dues,
Monthly?
oh, yeah, it's annually, I'm sorry.
I was here to say.
That for a year?
It's for a year, I misspoke.
It's $36.
Yeah,
One time.
good question. I would agree with yes,
I'm sure I typed that in wrong.
but I should have known better.
I want to make a motion that we shop around on that. That's a little expensive still.
That's awful high.
$520 just to host a website.
Well, Tina does most of the work on that website.
No.
Oh, that, you know? Oh, Ah.
I say that we shop around on that.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit. Hang on.
We do own the website, correct?
Man, we should own it that man. Just paying him $520 a year.
No.
If not, then somebody made a terrible contract.
So how do we feel about tabling this?
We'll take the website,
Yeah, until we can determine, you know, if there's another
find
direction.
out what it really is.
Yeah.
Let's table it then.
Our chamber dues, that's yearly, and that's a flat 50, so that you know, that's not gonna change, that's set stone. Our BB&T credit card, the 150 monthly is just the allowance,
That's what we voted on.
and we make that vote.
Need that?
Sorry?
Do we actually need a credit card?
Well, what it is, we don't have running balances on our credit card. Let's say that Tina or Jarvis is out somewhere, they don't have a check with them, right? But they are looking for, you know, because you can't pull out a check and take it with you if you don't, if you're not actually purchasing a specific thing. So you take your credit, you know, the card, and then if there was something that we needed, then they could pick it up. But see, we never have a running balance, so business trips, things of that nature. So if, let's say, $50 is spent, the following month, that's paid off, so there's never, you know, unless we were to have to do a large purchase of some sort, there's never a rolling,
I thought we had a vote on that.
Yeah, we already did.
so there's never, or rarely will there ever be, you know, there could be some instances, something like that can happen, but
Yes.
yeah, we would have, you know, if there was a trip or something like that.
150.
So that amount, brings us up to 1,800. But, I mean, that's probably not gonna be,
I mean, that's what we voted on, so I think that's what you put.
yeah.
It's good to have an 1,800 out there, good, hard, good.
It'd be 1,800 because,
1,500 annual.
Oh, 18, okay.
and then remember, we did have that vote before that amount. Advertisements, that would include any kind of newspaper advertisements, or if we had to do some sort of a radio advertisement, just advertisements in general, and 1,200. And, you know, this year, our advertisement amount went up quite a bit. You know, whenever we had to cancel meetings and things of that nature, then we had to re-advertise them. And then our projects and things like that, because, you know, you have to advertise, procurements and just different things of that nature, so. For 1,200, everybody,
And that wasn't.
No. Everything's going up.
and what we did here, and you guys can look at this, we combined it instead of having another one item. General office supplies, general and office supplies. So the general supplies would be our toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies. Office supplies would be, anything that Tina would need, toner.
So this number includes the allotment for Henry's Country, Dollar General.
Back up for that advertisement, we will go that $1,200. Okay.
Any questions about the general and the office supplies?
Well, it's a lot cheaper over here, 2002 than it was over here for 2001.
We allotted the 50 for the EMS and $50 council, that's 1,200. And then, just that quill, I guess it's 350 a year, which is good.
Yeah. So everybody's good with that? Okay, maintenance supplies. I think we voted on the 2,000, didn't
I don't know.
I don't know how much bigger the string of gas.
Those things wouldn't cost a lot, but if you needed a new lawnmower or a new weed eater or, that kind of thing, so.
I think those should be brought to council.
Yeah, and if leaking, as if you need to buy, it, like today, I'm sorry, just so long. So you put it in before you purchase it.
Would that be one of those things that we would be okay with just calling saying, hey, the lawnmower just messed up, is it okay for us to go get it?
Yeah, I don't feel like you need a whole meeting, but.
I mean, I'm saying you wouldn't have to wait until the next
Yeah,
meeting
I
when
think-
we needed
I
it.
think you can do a vote on it, though. You should just say, oh, we have $2,000, maintenance funds to buy this.
Right, we should, I mean, why not call a meeting or something on that, get that stuff.
Well, we could do that, or what about just the phone call, hey,
Call everybody, say, how you go, we need a lawnmower, it costs us this much.
is everybody kind of,
Yeah, I'm where I was at.
So I don't think we need 2,000 budget.
No, 50 hours, go 1,500. Good lawnmower, riding lawnmower for $1,500. But I think that, weed eater, string, gas, mower, $500 a year will take care of that, at least. You got 2,000 here, so I mean, well, gas is going up, gas is $2 a gallon, it'll be $3 a gallon then. You bet on that.
okay, are we including, what about the propane, where would that come in at?
Yes.
Or either propane.
The police department uses propane.
Heater,
Do y'all eat that every day?
From what I understand, it's on a timer, I don't know.
It's on a time.
That's what I was told, I don't know, I'm not,
They ain't gonna be in there.
I mean, if they're not in there, I want to agree. If they're not back there, I'm going to burn it again.
So I said it should be somebody that can come in and cut it down. If they won't come in and be in here for a while, it don't take long to heat up one room with that gas stove. I know how you guys can say it. Wild gas logs.
Yeah, they don't really know.
No.
so are we gonna add, I mean, is the propane gonna be a different line item?
I mean, no more than they work, 24 hours a week. 100-pound tank should last.
A month.
Or that 100-pound tanker lasts about, my log bars on, it'll last over a month. It comes on, it's on automatic, it comes on every 20 minutes. For 4 minutes, it cuts off, come back over again in 20 minutes.
How much is a 100-pound
You buy it over 83, it just went over about $37.
tank?
For a 100-pound tank?
100-pound tank, I just went over and got 2 of them.
I would say it's 100, it's the tall ones, it's 100.
Yeah, well, that's not every 30. No more than 2 of them a year would should last them, no more they're in there, 2 of them a year. I put down $100 in case it was that, just $100. How much we got there?
Well, when they're on duty, usually they're not sitting in there unless they're actually doing reports, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What's that following? What are we following that?
I think that was.
Miscellaneous?
I think that was under that maintenance.
Well, man, it's with weed eaters.
Well, do we want to do it sick? Do we just
Mhm.
add a line item?
I'd rather put everything line item by line item instead of having all this miscellaneous. It's like, that's where you run into the shit, or stuff. We had last year budget.
There you go. That's exactly
So
right.
is it okay with the maintenance supplies as far as that being a group? Those are grouped, lock items, is that okay?
Yeah,
Or
that's
do you
all.
want each one of those separate?
No, we knew we entered your gas
Oh, that could be,
one, but I think 2,000.
well,
I think no more than that. Like I said a while ago, what I said, $100? That string and gas and stuff, they got down 200. Really good. They got 2,000 up here. They got 2,000. What is that?
I don't think we need that much.
I think 500 is big. I really do.
I mean, should be able to buy
How much?
all
How much
year.
time?
500.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
if it's any more, next year, he'll show up in the budget next year, we're gonna have to raise it. I mean, you know, we'll have to buy it anyway.
Well, no, if it comes up anymore, Tim needs to be notifying you guys that we run out of money in that budget item. So that you guys can,
Somehow we can buy more.
But we should see it before we get close to it.
yeah, because we're gonna have to run
If we
and
think we're going on that, one of the meetings will bring it up, we'll have to change this out.
We need a lot of somewhere else.
That's exactly right.
because we're gonna, I think it's really important that we really pay attention to our numbers with the rolling, our new system, our new line items. It should, each time that there is a purchase or a payment, it should deduct, and you should see where you're at with money each time. So that's what we're hoping for, so we can see it, it's just right there, everybody knows.
Now, if you go to Walmart or anywhere, you can buy that string there, or where you live, that wood string, you can buy a roll that's that big around. Well, it's about it should last a whole year. Really, you can buy that for about $100 and some for that roll.
the only problem I see with that, just working with younger people and working with, I work with a lot of convicted felons. Some of these guys don't know how to weed eat, and I gotta tell you, they can waste string like you would not drink. So,
But
This-
500,
You'll follow them around, if they start wasting. you'll
are we
kill
gonna
them.
do,
Mhm.
are we gonna do 500? Or is that too much? If I was weeding, we probably need 500.
I'll say 500. I'll make the motion for 500.
I'll say it. That's,
Okay.
I think that's worth it.
So for maintenance supplies, we have a motion and a second for 500. All in favor? Aye. Okay, this isn't added, but since we were speaking about it, do we want to go ahead and do our propane on the next line? Under maintenance supplies? So under maintenance supplies, just write in propane.
What'd you say? Budget. How much did you say, Holly? Oh, yeah.
30, what, for propane? I figure it's $37 a hundred, so I figure no more than 200. No more than 300 is the lowest.
So I'll do 300 to be safe, so.
I'd go 300 just to be safe.
How many
Be
tanks?
$120.
You're the last I paid $90.
Well, you're poor like we did. Well, it might, pipeline's closed now.
So they,
You're right.
90 and 40 now, so that's 30, 65 a tank times 3, so they're $200.
Well, I got something to add. Are we going to include our summer small tank in this? Or is this just police department?
Why you use the small?
Yeah.
The grill,
You do a lot to do with summer for the kids. That to work.
for the kids, or like when we had our trash picked up?
Well, I think we need to make it an allotment for events as well.
Okay, so do those separate. This is just the propane, is that right?
Propane, yeah.
So, you want, what do you think? 300, just to be safe?
That's good, that's good.
In case it does rise up.
But you can get these turned out for $10 or 83. $10.
So we're gonna go with 300 for the propane for the police department.
And actually, that should allow for, like you said.
Right, for this year too.
Tanks as well.
So do we need to make a motion to add? So I need a motion to add the propane to the, police department propane to the line item for 300.
I make a motion, we just add propane, period, to the line item, 300 is a lot. I think so that should cover it.
That should cover everything.
Okay.
We don't have to.
So I have a motion, a second, all in favor? Aye. That's for all tanks. Okay, that brings us down to
Low.
attorney fees, lawyer.
So that 4,800 is only 400 a month.
And it's not,
That's not including any extra fees we got. So, I mean, I'm gonna put a little cushion there, for like, he has to do some extra.
like our ordinances, for instance, that was an extra expense. And that was not budgeted for last year.
So we definitely budget for it. Put a little cushion there, and something.
You know, we're.
So we're looking at 4,800 over there.
That's a normal $400 a month.
That's just his retainer, representative. So any kind of deed work, what other examples? Ordinances, because what was our ordinances, 1,900, 1,600? So anytime, you know, we've got the projects that we're working on.
That's why I 6,000.
I put down on 63. That gave me about 1,500.
Because we got that property, if we do.
Yeah, that's what I say, we're gonna probably pollution. So we got the other property we're working on, school boards, and that's all we do, we're probably gonna pay for it. Yeah,
Let's just go 65, round it out, 65.
Everybody okay with that? Yeah.
and if we get short on something else, then, we'll have something to pay from there.
And you know, and we may have to, you know, as we're watching, we may have to flip-flop things around to get through.
I'm sure there'll be a little less on some, and we might be a little lot over on the other.
Yep.
We might come out pretty well.
So do I have a motion for the attorney fees?
I'll make a motion that we, raise the budget amount for the lawyer to 6,500.
I have a second. All in favor? Aye. Are there other areas of concern?
Well, we need a lot, so like you said, we're talking about events for kids, so like that would be a lot on something for that. Not a lot of it.
Give that,
I think what he's talking about is like our zombie fund,
Like you can, as we do it throughout the year,
yeah, not this,
we
not
got
us.
open a lot for that.
You mean like for Halloween and stuff like that, Christmas?
Christmas,
We should have some kind of allowance.
summer activity, not what they do for town.
and still, you know, like,
Well, Clinchco days, if they decide to do that.
you got Christmas, we do the dance, and,
So I don't
then
know.
you got the Halloween thing.
I mean, we were lucky,
Then you got that day that comes up in October, Clinchco Day.
Yeah.
After you have that ice, I say, but they have the get into that. I mean, we should allow so much, put so much in it, like, allow for that.
Yeah, that's what- we got a lot for it, we're gonna run into budget issues. So what would y'all think is safe number for all the yearly events?
I think anywhere $1,000, $1,500.
I spend about $100 on
About $100 on Halloween. How much did you spend like on that Clinchco day?
Clinchco days, like a car show. Well, George usually gets donations.
What about the actual
And I
Clinchco
think
days?
actually, didn't council approve $1,000 to,
Yeah, sure.
I think we.
I think that's what we had.
I think they wanted to Jarvis for the car show.
So that's 1,100 for that. What about Clinchco days? How much? Cause I remember they used to have a committee on that.
They did the percent from us, and I
We
don't
didn't get them any money.
well, we went in halfers on a van. For the start.
So, how much is that?
It was $500. Yeah.
That's our good.
And then
1,400.
Honestly, Cliff come in and bring some bouncy house. I know that's what they own. Their own bouncy. So we own the funds.
So y'all want to do 2,000?
Let's go 2,000. It's all right, the rest of it, I don't.
Okay, I got a question, if that.
No, I think 2,000, yeah, we got 2,000, I think that's clean.
Okay,
Oh.
now,
So we need that on that.
It's low.
I need a motion,
I'll make a motion.
2,000 for all upcoming events
I'll
for
second.
this year.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. This is something else to add to think about, discuss. If you remember, Tina had attempted to get a grant for some Christmas decorations. Unfortunately, we were denied or declined. But she she kept on. And she made some calls and, she was able to get a huge discount for some Christmas, decorations. And it's 12, like on the, power poles. So it would be 12 of those. And we got a discount on freight. And I think it was like a 49% discount on the items on sale. The grand total would have been, does it have the previous? Right. Okay. It would be $3,470 for the items. And then we got the discounted freight for $350, which brings us to $3,820.40. So this is something for us to think about. And there's a couple options if we decide to do this. Hopefully, she's going to call back and see how long this deal actually lasts. If it lasts to where we can order it, let's say October, it would be really nice if we could do all fundraising to pay for it.
Well, why can't we do this? If it's October coming out, we should know. We should know something, how much we've got in the bank for our coat. Which town can come out of that,
I don't think it's up to the budget.
Are you gonna budget it in?
I don't think it's,
I don't think that should get in budget.
So you think,
I think the towns should buy that.
I mean, I heard you got to come bring that from the town, like I said, I'll see what we're actually.
I just used October as an example. She's
We
going,
might have $150,000 back.
yeah,
But you would have to ask based on,
yeah. Well, and see, the other thing, I just said October. We don't know. She has to, we thought the question, we don't know how long this deal lasts. Yeah, so there's a few other things that needs to be.
How long it take you to find out how long this deal lasts?
I'll call email.
Then we can make a decision then.
Yeah. We just
You
want
never
to,
call me?
it is a great deal. Very, very proud of her. After we didn't get it, she continued making calls and stuff. So 12 is a big deal. It's a starting place for us, so, but we're not gonna budget that, right? Right now, we're just gonna leave that. Is there any other areas of concern? Another line item? Anything anybody can think of?
I don't say anything about it because the money we're in. Unknowns hit us, stuff we don't have budgeted like until quite a bit on the last budget.
I mean, because there's no, silly item, you know what I'm saying? We want to discuss them all so that we can make sure that we're covered.